Join me on a journey as I attempt to carry a 100-pound backpack for an entire day, symbolizing the weight of life's challenges. Life can often feel overwhelming, like we're burdened with the weight of the world. From the moment we wake up until we fall asleep, we're constantly balancing responsibilities, stress, and societal pressures that can leave us drained. It's as if we're carrying a backpack full of bricks, and it can feel impossible to keep moving forward. One of the main sources of this heaviness is stress. Whether it stems from work, personal matters, or a combination of both, stress can become a crushing load that's difficult to shake. It can make us feel constantly on edge, always waiting for the next issue or crisis. Left unchecked, stress seeps into other aspects of our lives, impacting our relationships, health, and overall well-being. Societal pressures add another layer. We're bombarded by expectations how we should act, what we should achieve, and who we should become. It feels like we're trying to squeeze into a mold that someone else created, and this can be utterly exhausting. The need to constantly prove ourselves and seek validation from others becomes a heavy burden. Burden is an inescapable part of the human experience, a companion that we carry, often unseen by others, yet felt deeply in our bones. Life's burdens come in many forms: responsibilities, expectations, emotional weights, financial struggles, personal relationships, health issues, and more. Sometimes they are tangible, like a demanding job or family obligations. Other times, they are intangible, like the weight of guilt, fear, or unfulfilled potential. These burdens shape who we are, how we move through the world, and how we view ourselves. One of the most profound burdens we face is the pressure to meet expectations, both external and internal. Society tells us who we should be, what we should achieve, and how we should present ourselves to the world. From a young age, we are conditioned to strive for success defined by others, and this can become a heavy load. The pursuit of perfection, or even the pressure to meet basic societal norms, can feel relentless. We may find ourselves trapped in a cycle of trying to meet standards that don't align with our true desires or values, carrying the weight of discontent and the constant feeling of not enough. Societal pressures add another layer. We're bombarded by expectations how we should act, what we should achieve, and who we should become. It feels like we're trying to squeeze into a mold that someone else created, and this can be utterly exhausting. The need to constantly prove ourselves and seek validation from others becomes a heavy burden. This societal burden often intersects with the weight of personal responsibilities. As we grow older, life inevitably brings more tasks, obligations, and roles to fill. We juggle multiple identities: professionals, parents, partners, caregivers, friends, all while trying to keep our personal lives in order. Each role demands something from us, and the sheer number of responsibilities can feel like a weight pressing down on our shoulders. The sense of being stretched too thin, of always needing to be on, can lead to emotional exhaustion and burnout. Yet, these external burdens pale in comparison to the internal weights we carry. Guilt, shame, regret, and unresolved pain from the past can linger, sometimes for years, influencing our decisions and how we view the world. These invisible burdens are often the heaviest because they are harder to identify and manage. We may carry the weight of lost opportunities, failed relationships, or words left unsaid, which gradually erode our sense of self-worth. In our quiet moments, these inner burdens speak the loudest, casting shadows on our present and future. Then there's the burden of uncertainty, something that affects everyone at some point. Life is inherently unpredictable, and not knowing what lies ahead, whether in our careers, relationships, or personal lives, can feel like walking through a fog, trying to move forward while fearing what may come. The fear of failure, the unknown, and even success can become a psychological load that we carry daily, often unconsciously. Everyday responsibilities of adulthood, paying bills, preparing meals, caring for loved ones. These tasks can quickly pile up, making it feel like we're spinning plates, always at risk of dropping something. The weight can become overwhelming. As we carry these burdens, they can wear down our mental and emotional health. Anxiety, depression, and feelings of isolation can set in, leaving us unsure of where to turn. It can feel like we're drowning under the weight of responsibility, stress, and societal pressure, struggling to find a way out. Mental health plays a significant role in how we experience and manage burdens. Anxiety, depression, and other mental health challenges can amplify feelings of weight, making even small tasks seem insurmountable. These struggles can lead to isolation, as we may feel that no one else could possibly understand the heaviness we're dealing with. The burden of mental health is compounded by the societal stigma surrounding it, making it even more difficult to seek help or talk openly about what we're going through. But there is another side to burdens, one that is often overlooked. While burdens can be heavy and difficult, they also have the potential to lead us toward growth and transformation. Struggles force us to confront our limitations, our fears, and our vulnerabilities. They push us to reevaluate what truly matters to us and what we're willing to let go of. Burdens, in a sense, can be a catalyst for change. The important thing to remember is that we don't have to carry these weights alone. We can begin to release the pressure to conform, the stress of perfectionism, and the heaviness of our responsibilities. Prioritizing our own well-being and happiness is crucial. Seeking support from friends, family, or professionals can lighten the load. We can also learn strategies to manage stress, anxiety, and depression effectively. When we allow ourselves to acknowledge and examine the burdens we carry, we begin to understand the choices that led to them. We can start to differentiate between what is necessary and what is self-imposed. For example, the pressure to be perfect often stems from a need for approval or validation. Recognizing that, we can work toward letting go of the need to be seen as flawless and instead embrace our humanity with all its messiness and imperfections. Similarly, understanding the source of our responsibilities can help us create healthier boundaries. It's easy to feel like we must take on everything ourselves, but much of the weight we carry comes from an unwillingness to delegate or ask for help. Recognizing that we are not meant to carry life's burdens alone can be liberating. Seeking support, whether through friends, family, or professional help, can lighten the load and make life's challenges feel more manageable. Furthermore, as we grapple with these burdens, we learn resilience. The strength that comes from enduring hardship is not something we are born with, but something that is cultivated over time. Each time we face a challenge, we develop the tools and emotional resources to handle future difficulties. In this way, burdens, while painful, contribute to our growth as individuals. They teach us patience, perseverance, and empathy, both for ourselves and others. It is also important to recognize that we are all carrying burdens, and this shared experience connects us in ways we often forget. While our struggles may look different on the surface, the emotional weight they impose is universal. When we open up about our own burdens, we create space for others to do the same, breaking the isolation that often accompanies hardship. Vulnerability, far from being a weakness, becomes a strength that fosters connection and understanding. In reflecting on burdens, it becomes clear that they are not just obstacles but opportunities. While they may weigh us down, they also push us toward deeper self-awareness, greater resilience, and stronger connections with others. By confronting and accepting our burdens, we begin the process of lightening them not by removing them entirely, but by learning to carry them with grace and eventually with strength. Ultimately, life's burdens are not something to be feared or resented, but to be embraced as part of the journey. They are reminders that we are human, that we are alive and that we are capable of enduring, growing, and transforming in ways we might never have imagined. In the end, it's all about finding ways to manage the weight of life, developing strategies, seeking support, and remembering that we're never truly alone. Thank you for watching. I hope this video helps you see that you're not alone in facing life's challenges. If you have your own story to share or advice on handling stress, feel free to leave a comment below. And if you're interested in more tips on dealing with stress and pressure, check out my next video.